everyone, welcome to the B-Side Breakdown. My name is Brett Johnson, and I am your host. This is episode 42 of a podcast where I talk with other artists, musicians, and songwriters about a song they've written that's meaningful to them, that they want to chat about, get deep into the why behind it. But first, they need to give me permission so I can play the song in its entirety for you, the listener, so you have some idea what we're talking about. Today I'm going to be talking with the band Kind Skies, specifically Chris and Mitch, about their song Unrest. So let's get into it. Here is Unrest by Kind Skies. All right, and that was Unrest by Kind Skies. We're going to take a quick break and come back with Chris and Mitch to find out more about the song, the band, their new record, listening party they got coming up, and anything else we can think of. So hang out, hang tight, and we'll be right back. Hey again, it's Brett from the B-Side Breakdown. Real quick, if you're digging this podcast and want to hear episodes without the ads, you can join our supporters tier called Down for the Cause over on Patreon. It's $5 a month. You get all of the episodes ad-free. You get them in advance before they're published, and you help keep this whole labor of love alive. That's at patreon.com/B-Side Breakdown. All right, we'll be back in just a minute. All right, and we're back. Let's bring in Chris and Mitch from Kind Skies to talk about the song Unrest from their new record, Echo. Hey, fellas, thank you so much for taking some time this afternoon to talk with me about the song.
Hey, it's great to be here. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. I know we tried to schedule this before and we had a little clumsiness there, but I'm glad that we're finally making it happen. So thank you for
Yeah,
your patience today with me being a couple minutes late to this too. So thank you for all that.
absolutely. My
So
pleasure.
yeah, so tell me about the song Unrest. It's there's a lot of really before I know I just asked a question, then I start talking. So bear with me. The song I really like it for a lot of reasons, and part of it is the sort of non-traditional nature of it, and I love the lyrics. I love how it flows. All of it just really it feels really just kind of refreshing and welcoming, and I dig it, and I'd love to hear more about why is it that you and potentially Mitch wanted to talk about this song today?
Oh, awesome. Yeah. So, I mean, for me, it's like the favorite thing that we do right now. I think historically, I've done the heavy lifting on the lyrics, and I think on this one, that's still true. They're kind of like whimsical, nonsensical, but also super nostalgic, which is where I've noticed I tend to go a lot. Um, Maybe that's just because I'm older. But the song itself, the music itself, I think I had like two chords that I liked together. And then I think the band just kind of did everything else. So that song really, truly wouldn't be a song without like full band input.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
No, that's cool, and that makes sense. And I hear the nostalgia part you're talking about. I mean, really, like when I got to, I wish I could smoke cigarettes behind a video
Yeah.
store. I'm like, oh, I remember that. Yeah, what I love about that is, and I hope this is true for everybody else who's listening that has had that experience in any capacity. I was transformed or catapulted back to, I don't know, when I was 14 years old or something, behind the Four Seasons Mall in Plymouth, Minnesota, on a cold, crappy kind of October day, smoking cigarettes with my friends while we were skipping school or something. And I don't know. I mean, there's like this beautiful sort of, that is such a unbelievable thing. Like that just really brought me right to that moment. So I love that just from one line like that, that you could do that. Like that's
Yeah.
pretty amazing.
This might be, I don't know if this is really true, but it strikes me that you literally, I don't think, can do that anymore unless there's a holdout blockbuster somewhere. But
There's one in Alaska, apparently. I think there's
okay,
one. There is one, but
it is.
no, that's it's totally true, right? It's like where, where could you actually pull this off if you were going to do it? Like it's pretty great. Um, no, that's awesome, man. So this came out on the record Echo, is that right? And that came out last August or just a month ago?
Just, yeah, a month ago. Yeah. So we were really happy with that. We did everything in house, recorded in house, art design in house, and then I think I know Mitch and I especially had a dream of having a vinyl release one day, and so I don't know. We made that happen, and yeah, it was relatively quick in terms of getting printed, and got to us sometime in June, I think, and then we released it in August. And so now we're trying to play out more, trying to go out of town more, so that we can sell them. we,
No, that's great. And
we're
I
just
see you're selling them on Bandcamp, right?
Yeah, we do. We have them on Bandcamp and we have them at cost. It's been cool though. A lot of people have thrown a few extra dollars just to help, but honestly, it was just sort of like it was something that we wanted to do,
Yep.
and so we pooled band money, we pooled personal funds, and we just decided we just want this, and um, so it would be awesome if we recouped our costs.
Sure.
Yeah, we're just selling it.
No, that's great. That's great. So, all you listeners, there will be a link. when I publish this to their Bandcamp, and please be on the lookout for Bancamp Fridays, because on that Friday, when you buy this record, all of the money will actually go to the band, and Bandcamp forgoes their commission on it. So please keep that in mind and support Kind Skies when you can. So yeah, the artwork is cool, and I totally want to get a copy of this. So I will wait for the next Bandcamp Friday to buy it. And let's see. So this came out in 2025, and it looks like your first record came out in 2019. Is there anything before that, or is that just the oldest release you have on Bandcamp?
No, there's like one song that is before that will not be released.
Okay.
um, so the band started, and I kind of put all this together in 2017, and then we played our first show in 2018.
Okay.
And then it took us, we went through some lineup changes. People had to go do other things and whatnot. I mean, we're all adults with jobs and whatever. This is not a full-time thing, of course. So people came in and out. Thankfully, no bad blood or anything like that.
Sure.
But our first, like, when we hired somebody to like actually record it, I think that was the 2019 I'm Certainly Optimistic record, which listening to that and then listening to Echo, you can see that this band is like taking a journey, and really different now than it was then. Still, I think has that, like, I keep hearing, and it makes sense because it's in my DNA. I think I keep hearing like, oh my gosh, y'all sound like, this like 90s indie rock band. And like, yeah, well, that's kind of like what I sort of grew up on, and
Sure.
what I would say influenced me the most. So I think that is still there, but yeah, I think it's definitely much different now than it was then.
No, that's great. That's great. So, who's Steven? Is that your brother?
Steven is my brother.
Okay.
Yeah. He is he moved to Lexington from Colorado in like 2018-ish, I think. And he then I needed a bass player. We needed a bass player, so he joined and has been with us since. He's got kind of a long history of playing in a bunch of different kinds of bands, like from, I don't even know the terminology, to be honest with you, but from like, real heavy metal, like screamo metal, to alternative, to, whatever, to church music. So he's got
Sure. Sure.
a lot
Sure.
of background. But anyway, he came and obviously filled in and is still here.
Awesome. So, are you from Lexington, or are you from somewhere else?
No, we both grew up in a little town called Perry, Georgia, and then it's like an hour and a half south of Atlanta.
Know
And
it well.
Atlanta or Perry?
Both. I frequently drive, or used to drive, from Orlando to Atlanta, and I'd stop in Perry all the time.
Yeah.
Now I live in Decula, Georgia, which is northeast of Atlanta. So
Yeah.
I know the area well. Yeah.
So I went to Piedmont College,
Okay.
University, and then I met my wife there, and we then moved to North Carolina. Anyway, long story short, I moved to Lexington in 2003 to go to grad school at UK, and
Okay.
graduated, and we just never left. So we've
Got
been
it.
since then, yeah.
Cool. And so then, are Austin and Mitch also from Lexington, or did they move to join the band in Lexington?
So Mitch is from a little town, I think, called Bardstown, just in between Lexington and Louisville. But he lives in Lexington and has for a long time. He went to UK
Okay.
for undergrad and grad, and has been a part of this music scene for years.
Got it.
And then, so I knew Mitch from mutual friends, and then seeing him in other bands, and all that. And then Austin is from Eastern Kentucky. He's lived here in Lexington now for, I don't know exactly, but maybe like a decade, and has played in bands around town, and obviously is now playing with us.
Awesome. And so Steven plays bass. What does everybody else do? You play guitar and sing?
Steven plays bass. I play rhythm guitar. I sing. Mitch plays all the other guitar and does some backup vocal. Um, and then Austin plays drums.
Got it.
That's it. Yep.
That's cool. So how long has this lineup been intact?
I think since like 2022.
Okay.
I think Austin was sort of the last one to be onboarded, to use a corporate term.
Sure.
And he played his first show with us. I know it was Labor Day, but I think it was Labor Day 2022. And then Mitch had joined maybe a year and a half before that. So to answer your question, a good 3 years.
No, that's great. That's cool. So then you said you did everything in house. So where did you track it? Did you track it in your house, your basement, your practice space? Like where'd you do all this?
So we share a practice space with some friends
Mm-hmm.
which fun fact houses a this like turn of the 20th century big printing press, which is the reason for this space to begin with, and then we kind of sublet. But it sounds nice here. It's quiet, it's comfortable, and so we just came here to do it. And Mitch did all the recording. We went kind of old school and used sort of old school. We used a Tascam. Maybe it was an 8-track. I'm not a tech guy, so I can't really remember. And then he did all the mixing on what software, I'm not sure.
Sure.
But
was it like a Tascam 8-track, like half-inch reel to reel kind of thing?
No, it was digital.
Digital Tascam. Okay, got it. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, and we just kind of used mics that we had, and it kind of, it sounds really good. I mean, it sounds like us. It sounds, there's a certain, to me, like authenticity to it that I just kind of love.
Mm-hmm.
We're not super wealthy, and even if we were, I don't know that I would have even done it differently. There's just something, it's got some character that I'm kind of in love with. So yeah.
No, that's great. That's great. So
Kind of remind
go ahead.
of the old stories of Guided by Voices back in the day. And those earlier records is kind of, I don't know, it just has that sort of grit to it, to me, to my ears, which I've always loved.
No, that makes sense. That makes sense. So did you have a formal kind of record release show for this in Lexington or surrounding area somewhere?
Not really. I mean, we kind of, I don't know what we did. We just sort of do our own thing, and we've done that before, and it's just, I don't know about those things, man, when you're like, just sort of a local band that doesn't draw 500 people. I don't know. I mean, we kind of released it in our own way, but we didn't make this huge to do about it.
Okay, got it.
And like spend for advertising or whatever. And certainly I think that in November, we're planning to do like a long weekend to Louisville, and then up to maybe Bloomington, and then Dayton. And I think that's going to kind of be like what we would consider like, okay, this is sort of the big launch of this thing, is sort of taking it out of town.
Sure.
Got it. Well, out, but
what's that?
I said you might want to edit all that out, but
hey, man, it's all good.
Rambling, So no, short answer, we did not do this like, this is our album release show. We just kind of said, hey, here it is, and we're playing on this night, and come get a copy.
No, it's cool. It's totally cool, man. I mean, we get, that's what I love about doing these episodes and learning and meeting new bands, because I never know what we're walking into, you know what I mean, necessarily. So it's like, I could see a band with a bunch of releases and they're exactly in the shoes that you're talking about, where you guys are just doing this the way that you do it because you want to do it. And it's, you put out vinyl because you wanted vinyl and you're releasing it the way that you wanted to, and kind of whatever with everything else. And that's awesome. And I know, I mean, I've talked with other artists that know they follow a very formulaic sort of 2 year kind of music industry release plan that's a little probably outdated now, but they still do it, and they tour for 2 months and then they, whatever. And so it's like, there's no right or wrong. It's just, I love hearing how everybody approaches it for their own work. So I'm glad that you find that authenticity to your sound and you use the mics that you use. Like all of that is just super endearing to hear. It's just awesome that you're not, doesn't sound like there's any catering to any outside influences.
I think, and please hear all of this with, like, I have the utmost respect for, other people and how they want to do things. I mean, that is completely cool.
Sure.
I just think for us, because I kind of thought that way when I started this thing, like, okay, how is a label like Sub Pop or Drag City, how are they like releasing records? What are those bands doing? And you kind of follow that pattern. And that makes total sense, right? I mean, that's sort of the model. You follow the model. And then I just kind of got to the point, not that I made all the decisions, but I feel like I'm sort of speaking for the consensus of just sort of our, it's just like, we're just not that. Like, we're not that. We're not in the industry, we're so, I mean, I don't know. It just, a lot of those kinds of rules just seem to be more hassle than they're worth, in my view. And I don't know, maybe I like what you said about there's just room for everybody to do it the way they want to do it. And that's what I just try to focus on.
Yeah, right on, man. And good for you for doing it, because I know, I mean, even stuff that I've worked on in the past, I've done it many different ways where, nope, we're going to go tour the US for the next month. And this is what we're doing, after we put out a 6-song EP and no one knows who we are. And those are amazing, fun times from way back when. But at the same time, It's like, now it's, I mean, most of the recordings that I've done are done virtually, basically, where everybody's tracking their own stuff, sending it to our one buddy in Minnesota who's going to cobble it all together and mix it, and none of us are in the same state or the same room or have played in the same room in years. So, I mean, there's so many different viable ways to do that. And I'm just stoked you have it out there and it's out on Bandcamp and there's a record to buy. Like, that's awesome, period. So good for you. Good. That's all success and win in my book. So related to the song Unrest, is there anything else specifically you wanted to kind of share about, talk about, anything that we haven't touched on?
I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, I already mentioned that, like, it's like currently kind of my favorite thing we do. And I think,
Yeah.
like, I don't think I've ever been a part of a song that has a chorus kind of like that, which I just, for some reason, it feels really like, I don't know, gratifying. I just kind of love that so much. And I guess, and I'm listening to myself talk, I'm realizing I sound pretty conceited, and I don't mean to be, partly because I don't feel like I wrote that chorus, but maybe I came up with the vocal melody, but not the chorus itself. It's just a lot of fun. And I guess oddly, it's like like I told you, the way it came about is I came up with these two chords together, and I was just playing a very clean tone, and I just really liked it. And for some reason, it reminded me of a band I really, really respect from way back when, called Unrest, from that DC area scene.
Mm-hmm.
And so I named it that. It has absolutely nothing to do with them, and now absolutely sounds nothing like anything they would do.
Sure.
But to me, it's like sort of one of those, just one of those like respectful sort of hat tips that maybe only I know about. Well, now maybe other people do, but that I just kind of, it means something to me.
No, that's awesome. And transparently, you don't sound conceited at all. It's just, there's nothing wrong with liking what you do and being proud of what you put out there. I mean, I think it's awesome the way it came together. And obviously you had a part in that, just like you're giving credit to the other folks in the band for what they've done to it too, and I think that's all amazing. So that's great. Well, let's do this. Let's take a quick break and let's come back and see if Mitch is going to show up, and if not, we'll talk about what you got coming up next and other things you're working on. Sound good?
Very cool.
Cool. All right, everybody, hang out with us. We'll be right back. All right, and we are back with Kind Skies, and it looks like the rest of the band showed up. So we got Steven, Austin, and Mitch here with us now, and I'm really grateful you guys are all here. We've had a really good conversation about the song Unrest and the record and kind of your process and your band overall. But I was wondering, is there any other, like, I know you just put this record out, but I also know, some bands are already chomping at the bit right in the next thing. Is there already plans for a next record, or what do you have coming up next?
I think it's more just like we continually write stuff. Like, it's hard to write a bunch of stuff and then continually practice those while you, I think, feel pretty, um, you know, eager to write the next thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got maybe like 4 songs that I think that are pretty good, and probably wait for another 3 or 4 to come down through the next, to filter down through the creative process. And then, when those get more solid, I think, it'll just be like, well, let's do another album. And I think that might happen in, I don't know, I'd say early spring or something.
Sure. Oh, cool. Okay. Got it. So then with this record, we were talking about how you have a few shows coming up that are out of state, and kind of branching out in that way. Are those already booked and confirmed? Like, are there dates that you're promoting, or is there other things that you're doing to help promote this now that it's out?
Yeah, we've got a few dates that are confirmed, with a few more that are, in different stages. So far in, I guess November 6th will be our first one that's fully confirmed for Spit City, us, and actually not fully confirmed. We have one more band sort of waiting to hear back from them. That will be at the Whirling Tiger in Louisville. And then, trying to get 2 more dates booked in Bloomington and Indianapolis. Beyond that, there's a show in Cincinnati on the 5th of December, with a band that we've partnered with quite a few times before, played Motor Pub, which is a great venue in Cincinnati, and OTR. And that will be with Girl Gordon and a band called Pout. And from there, 2 more shows that weekend that are sort of unconfirmed and being put together right now.
Awesome.
So those are the main 2 things that we are working on in terms of getting some shows established. But
cool.
After those get done, then I think we're going to try to do quite a few, just like 1 or 2 dates out. Try to go south to Knoxville. Maybe we've got some friends in West Virginia, in Morgantown, love Pleasant Street venue. So yeah, I've got some ideas, but nothing fully baked.
Got it. No, that makes sense. And one of y'all mentioned that you like to make videos. I haven't seen any videos yet for this, so tell me about it. Like, did you make a video for Unrest specifically, or is there one for every song, or kind of what's your process with that?
Yeah, generally coming up with an idea, might come from a particular song. They're all pretty, I'd say, different ideas, except for, so we have 2 videos from our EP Tower and 2 videos that are out currently on YouTube. So 4 total, from two more from Echo. 2 of those are sort of, star Chris kind of centrally,
mm-hmm.
and just try to do like, interesting or hopefully some like borderline clever ideas of, like him going around in the city, doing stuff with like time dilation, showing off local venues. The other 2 are a bit more like I guess, artistic. One, I filmed footage from a glass museum in Tampa, so all of that is sort of psychedelic looking,
Sure.
and abstract. Another one, off Echo. What song is the pharmaceutical one? Is that Unrest? Oh, so Unrest's video is a bunch of. I took a bunch of clips from different pharmaceutical videos where they're talking about like all the side effects. Like, oh, don't take this if you don't want cancer and you don't want your off.
Right.
So and people looking very happy for no reason.
Nice.
Kind of jammed all those together to see what kind of comes out. And I've got a few other ideas kicking around, but haven't really thought about which songs they'll go towards next. I think
Sure.
a fun thing is to sort of, pick it, go with it, and then see what emerges, and not really have a, exact thing that patterns directly on a song or something, or, trying to make it look like we're playing something live or something. I think it's kind of boring.
No, I hear you. And that seems to jive completely with everything I've heard about you guys so far. Just in, like even how you say that, as new ideas filter down through the creative process and then kind of evolve into songs. And then next thing you know, you might have another record coming out. Like that just organic approach sounds like creatively what you're doing with videos too, which is really cool. So I look forward to checking those out. Is it specifically, what is the YouTube channel for that? Is there a particular link or a place that I can post up for people to go find them?
Yeah, we can send you one. It is our Kind Skies YouTube channel. If you searched Kind Skies and Unrest, it'll come up. And then you can just see the other videos on that channel, but they're all in that channel.
Cool. I'll do that. And then I'll include the link in any social posts that I make around this, so I can help point people to that as well. So speaking of that, then what is the best way for people to find you overall? Like is there a particular social platform or a means that you're more active where people should look you up? Is it specifically through your Bandcamp, or are you all super active on Instagram or something else?
I would say Instagram at this point.
Okay.
Is the most active place.
Instagram and Bandcamp for the music. I think
for sure
we're sort of indirectly boycotting Spotify for now. There's so much going, I think, wrong with that platform that we've decided to keep Echo mostly on Bandcamp for now and YouTube.
No, that's
Echo is Spotify.
Oh, I'm sorry. I cut you off there. Say that last part again.
Oh, I said Echo, but I meant our EP Tower is up on Spotify.
Okay, got it. Yeah, I don't disagree with you. I hear you completely on that. And as we were talking earlier before you guys showed up, I'm pointing everybody to go to your Bandcamp page to buy your record on Bancamp Fridays, so you get all the money for it. Because I know this has been a labor of love, and you guys put it all together, and you're selling them at cost and all of that. So that's
great. Yeah,
it's huge that you're putting it out there on Bandcamp, and that's such a great platform and vehicle for everybody to get music. So go to Bandcamp. They even have an app, everybody. You can download it and you can stream all of the records you've bought from the app, and it's not going to Spotify. So no, I hear you. That's awesome. Well, cool. It's been super awesome talking with all four of you throughout this conversation and learning more about you and learning more about the song Unrest and the record, your process, your band. I'm super stoked for the shows you have coming up. Please send me, if you get those links or the dates confirmed for the other ones, please let me know what they are, because I can kind of keep updating the posts that I have for the episode, so that if anyone goes to it, they can keep seeing where those are.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. But yeah, thanks again for taking the time, and I hope we can catch up again the next time you guys put something else out.
Thank you so much. It was really good talking to you.
Yeah, likewise. Thank you.
Three Crows Club presents B-Side Breakdown.
All right, and that wraps up another episode of the B-Side Breakdown. I want to thank Chris Boss and Mitch Snyder from the band Kind Skies for coming along to talk about their song, Unrest. In the background, you're hearing the song All I Need from the band Exactly No. If you like what you hear, please go back and listen to the previous episode because that's what it was all about. Up next, I have the song Goodbye Before You Go by the band Banquets, and I'll give you a taste of that at the end of this episode. I also want to thank Adam Coulong and Carrie Bozel for helping me put together the jingle you hear in the beginning and the end of this episode. Please subscribe to this podcast wherever you get your podcasts, and just thank you so much for your continued and ongoing support. I can't thank you enough for it and really appreciate you sticking around and listening to all these episodes that we come out with. So thanks again. Stay safe out there, and we'll catch up on the next one. Thanks.